From Copley High School Gymnasium, it is round 2 of the sectional district tournament here for Northeastern Ohio, and it's going to be your Wadsworth Grizzlies at 9-12 on the year, taking on the Garfield Rams at 9-10. Hi again, everybody. John and Gary Bernard with you for WCTV Sports, and we are at the sectional final level. And the winner of this one will take on Barberton this coming Wednesday at 7:30 on this same floor, as Barberton defeated earlier tonight Ellett by a score of 98-52. They went real quick through the starting lineups, and they look like this. For Wadsworth, they will be the visiting team tonight. It'll be Jeremiah Lawson, the 5'10 senior, wearing number 3. Taylor Smith, number 5, 5'11 junior. Chad Boffman, number 30, 5'9 sophomore. Anthony Schrock, number 34, 6'3 freshman. And Mike Barlow, number 44, 6'4 senior. For the Garfield Rams, it'll be number 20, Bryce Penny, 5'11 senior. Number 22, Marquess Easter, 6'2 senior. Number 30, Melvin Haynes, 6' junior. Number 42, Nalon Bybee, 6'6 junior. And number 50, Benny Malone, 6'5 senior. And we're ready to tip it off here at Copley High in this sectional final. Glad you could join us once again. We're going to try to bring you a great multiple camera production tonight here from Copley High as Garfield starts out with the ball. It's Bybee for Garfield over to Easter. Easter dribbling at the three-point line, dumps it into Malone, who misses. Malone gets his own rebound, double pumps it back up. No, third opportunity, it goes in for Benny Malone.
Yeah, Benny's got a big body on him. He's put together like a football player.
He is the center and a senior, is Benny Malone. Here's Schrock with it. Schrock had 9 points as he draws the foul. Schrock had 9 points in the sectional semifinal win over Kent Roosevelt here Wednesday night. Also pulled down 6 rebounds. Schrock went 2 out of 2 from the line late in the game when the Grizzlies shot 6 of 7 from the line in the last about minute of the game.
Yeah, Mike Barlow had 2 big foul shots going down toward the end of that game as well.
Yeah, the only 2 points for Mike in the game, but Barlow did have 3 assists as well for the Grizzlies, so it's 2-1 here in the early going. Easter drives, misses, ball loose to Bybee. He bounces to Malone, ball rolls on the floor. Schrock in a fight for it, he's fouled.
Yeah, number 50, Malone, went after that a little aggressively right at the knees.
Take a look at Coach Callahan. Won his first playoff game as boys coach. 52-49 over the Kent Roosevelt Rough Riders. Here's Lawson driving right of the lane, double pumps it in, and it's a player control foul on Lawson. He doesn't like the call. There's a replay. He was moving all the way with him. Marquess Easter inbounds to Bryce Penny. Golden Rams rely on their strong backcourt led by senior Bryce Penny. But this is their scorer with the ball, Melvin Haynes, and he gets it underneath to Easter, who's fouled. They'll get 2 shots.
Yeah, I think Schrock got him on that one.
Melvin Haynes for Garfield had 21 points, helped out by 3 3-pointers as Garfield beat Nordonia 53-51 in last Wednesday night's early sectional semi before Wadsworth beat Roosevelt. And we're looking for a good one here tonight. Garfield takes the 3-1 lead. 2 team fouls on each team. Hunter DeBarlow goes off his shoulder, and it's saved nicely by Malone. Quickly down the floor is Penny, and Taylor Smith closed in on him. Looks like Taylor got a haircut before tonight's ball game. Dumped under to Bybee. He's fouled by, looked like Barlow. That's Nalon Bybee. He's a big fella too, 6'6" junior, and Bybee had 14 points in their win over Nordonia on Wednesday.
A lot of fouls so far. 5 fouls called in a minute 45 seconds.
So again, like the Kent Roosevelt game, Wadsworth dealing with some size underneath on the opposition, but that didn't hurt him in the game against Kent Roosevelt. Wadsworth out-rebounded a much bigger Kent team, 33-26. Mitch White in the game misses on his opportunity. Nice bounce pass, and another foul. So 7 more rebounds for Wadsworth than Roosevelt in their win. And what happened was a couple of Roosevelt's big players, Chris Hudkins and Eric Brander, ran into foul trouble early, and that took away what Coach Black wanted to do. So Roosevelt kind of had to play small in their game, and the 2 big guys combined for just 8 points and 6 rebounds. So see what happens here tonight is at the free throw line, Bryce Penny puts Garfield up 4.
6 foul shots already taken by Garfield, and they made half of them.
Wadsworth, the number 6 seed here at this tournament. Garfield, number 8. Lawson weaving through traffic, loses the ball, and it'll be a jump ball call to Wadsworth.
Possession Wadsworth.
So out of 13 teams, Wadsworth ranked 6th, Garfield 8. Grizzlies finished 9-13 last season, and they're 9-12 right now. So should they win here tonight, as Smith's 3 is blocked out of bounds by Easter. Should Wadsworth win here tonight, they'll get 1 more win on the record books than they did last year. Jeremiah Lawson now dribbles out front.
And watching the matchups down here on the man-to-man defense.
Goddard for 3 in the corner, just missed. Rebound pulled down by Haynes. Here's Haynes, he likes to shoot the 3, and he nailed one, NBA range. Well, that's Haynes' 4th 3 in this tournament. He had 3, as I said, in the win over Nordonia Wednesday night. Mitch White drives in baseline, squares the hoop, gets a blocking foul called on Melvin Haynes. Mitch White going to the free throw line, and on the year, coming into tournament play through 20 games, Mitch White a 43% free throw shooter.
Yeah, we've yet to make a field goal.
Take a look at Garfield's coach there, Harold Ickes, in his 2nd year with the Rams. Remember, he took over for that female coach, Carla Sibley, that coached the Rams for a couple of years.
8-3.
Garfield, the home team on the scoreboard tonight, thus wearing the whites. Wadsworth again in the reds. Jumper, Bibby, or Bybee. I'm going to keep wanting to say Bibby when you look at his name. And through the lane.
Oh, nice block.
Penny, and Mitch White came away with it, and now Lawson, top of the key 3-pointer. Line drives it in.
Yeah, we kind of needed that one, get that first field goal out of the way.
Lawson had 15 points in the win over Roosevelt. Was 2 out of 2 on his 3s. So in the tournament, he's now 3 out of 3 from 3-point land. Inside to the big guy, Malone. He was double teamed and got over everybody for that one. Long down the court to Goddard. He loses it out of bounds.
Yeah, that was an ill-advised pass by Jeremiah Lawson.
Here comes Drew Constantine into the game, number 23, 5'11" senior. Constantine is
Wadsworth in a 2-3 zone.
Constantine, a 4-point scorer per night. You remember he went out early in the win over Roosevelt and never came back in. Long shot missed. Comes down to Barlow. Stolen.
Another bad pass.
Bryce Penny. Bounce pass from the foul line to Malone. He double pumps it up, and Mitch White fouled him.
I think he swiped him right across the face.
Here's the replay of the steal. And here's the foul. Yeah, he got him right across the grill.
Yep.
In and out for baby Shaq from the free throw line.
You know, that thought crossed my mind too. Good sized young man.
Mentioned Lawson was 2 of 2 on threes in the win over Roosevelt. Wadsworth did not shoot well, however, from the 3-point line. They were just 3 out of 11 on their threes in the win over Roosevelt. Joe Goddard struggled from the 3-point line. His specialty is he has the ball, but to his credit, he kept putting them up, and that's what you got to do. And here he's got a chance off a pick and misses another. Second 3 missed tonight by Goddard. Penny slices through and floats one up one-handed in the middle of the paint. It's 13-6 Garfield.
Yeah, we got to start hitting some of these field goals.
Constantine into Barlow. Barlow, good job keeping control of the ball as Penny tried to steal. Mitch White now, he's going to drive to the foul line, then hand to Constantine. Constantine, left side, loses the handle. And a pass from Haynes.
Nice ball.
This is Haynes, and he misses it. It's going to say Brandon Harper, number 34 now in the game for Garfield, involved in that exchange, and then Wadsworth turns it over, throwing it out of bounds.
That's the 4th time we've thrown the ball away.
So Barberton all over Ellett tonight as we get a timeout from Coach Callahan. Barberton wins at 98-52 over Ellett. So the winner of this one will play Barberton in a district semifinal on Wednesday here at 7:30. Barberton, the defending district champions from last year, and they did that as the number 2 seed last year, and again they are the number 2 seed this year. They were also the number 2 seed when they won it back in 2002. Over the last 10 seasons, plus the win over Roosevelt Wednesday, Wadsworth is now 10-10 in postseason play since 1997. And the last time Garfield won this district tournament was 1999. And this is the 4th meeting in this tournament between Wadsworth and Garfield since Garfield won the district in '99. So Garfield won the '99 matchup against Wadsworth, and Wadsworth beat Garfield in 2000 and also in 2002. Penny has it to Malone.
They've got a new player in there, number 34.
Yeah, I mentioned him.
Brandon Harper, yeah.
Garfield having trouble putting it in the hole from inside.
And we're having trouble getting rebounds.
Here's Easter into Harper. Harper, the junior, spins around and makes the basket, 15-6. Malone almost got the steal. Barlow blocked him out nicely and takes him to the hoop and draws the foul. So good job, Barlow, aggressively going in. And first foul on Malone, team 4th. Here's the foul. Little body check there. Barlow swishes. Barlow hit those 2 consecutive free throws with 39 seconds to go in the win over Roosevelt. As you look at the senior, hoping this isn't his last game as a Grizzly. Now, since Garfield won the title in '99, as I said, they've played Wadsworth 3 times other than tonight, and all 3 of those meetings were decided by 5 points or less. So this matchup has been a good one over the years here on this floor in tournament play. Smith throws it away.
Yeah, someone got a hand on that one on the inbound.
Bryce Penny goes all the way down, misses off the back of the rim. Rebound Smith. Smith, another steal.
Well,
Bryce Penny getting all kinds of steals, and an easy shot there for Marquess Easter.
Turnovers killing us.
Goddard floats one up, didn't even get it anywhere near as Easter pulled it out of the air.
Looks like they're waiting for one shot here. Coach holds a finger up.
The other side of the bracket is set here as well from last night's 2 ball games. Talk about that here at the end of the quarter. Boffman hounding Penny. Penny gets away from him and then flicks it out of bounds, but stepping on the line was Melvin Haynes.
Yeah, with about 30 seconds left in this first quarter. Go ahead.
Last night's sectional finals, Firestone beat Brecksville 70-42, and Stowe beat Twinsburg 46-36. So Tuesday night on this floor, 1 district semi will be Firestone against Stowe, and then Wednesday night will be Barberton versus this game's winner. That'll be your final 4 for the Copley tournament. Here comes Lawson, and that's
good
Barlow
tip in
tipping
there.
it in.
Good job on that offensive board by Mark Barlow.
Last few seconds of the first quarter. Penny gets it over to Harper. Harper floats one up, and buzzer will sound after 1. It's Garfield 17, Wadsworth 9. Well, we'd like to congratulate the Wadsworth High School gymnastics team for finishing 8th in the state. That's a great finish for the girls.
Yeah,
they can do some amazing feats.
Oh boy, talk about athletes.
How hard wrestling is. How about gymnastics?
Yeah.
And then speaking of the wrestling team, go ahead.
Yeah, we'll go back just one other thing about the gymnastics team. Their previous best in the state was 11th. Brecksville walked away with it again this year, and there was one girl that had 4 firsts and 1 third from, I don't know her name, but she is from Brecksville, so almost single-handed.
Now Wadsworth, after Friday night's action was completed, was 4th in the state in the team standings, but maybe here at halftime we'll get some updates on what some of Wadsworth's wrestlers did, but we do know
that Lindsay Otanikar got hurt and was pulled, so she did not compete. Yeah, in gymnastics.
As far as the wrestling goes, big congratulations. One final we do have goes out to freshman Brad Squire, who won the state championship in his weight class. So
yeah, that's something.
Yeah, nice shot, Harper. He's got 4 points. So Garfield back up by 10 here in the early parts of the second quarter. Goddard in the key over to Boffman, right wing. Boffman out to Lawson. Lawson has 1 3 for 3 points tonight, and he now has, well, he's going to take one up here and get fouled. Lawson now has 297 points on the season, so he's 3 away right now from 300 on the year, and he still is. And this is Jeremiah's 20th game of the season, even though it's Wadsworth's 22nd. He missed 2 games with the ankle injury.
Yeah, and actually one game he did appear in, but very, very shortly because of that injury.
So he really almost missed 3 games.
Yeah.
And he still remains 3 points from 300 on the season. Underneath baseline, boy, this Harper's come in off the bench and put up 6 points.
And he's eating us up under there.
Grizzlies having trouble getting the ball in the bucket here. Lawson lost the handle on it, or got it stripped. Turns around as he goes back and swishes one in, and it's a 3, and that gives Lawson 300 points on the season. 2 threes for Lawson. So he's now got 4 threes in this tournament. Here's Penny. Out to Haynes. Haynes misses, and Barlow over the back on Harper.
Yeah, he had bad position on him there.
Second foul on Barlow. 6th on the Grizzlies. Starter Marquess Easter back in the game for Garfield. Inbounding it is Jeff.
Be walking, yeah.
Now in there for Garfield, Jeff Shropshire, 6'3" senior, number 24. And Mitch White back in for the Grizzlies. Hoffman got stripped by Malone, and Shropshire picked it up. He's got it all the way down coast to coast. Jeff Shropshire, and Garfield now up 23-12.
I think maybe Garfield's record
Lawson missed the long
was a little
3.
misleading. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Akron City School, pretty good basketball.
And it was a good year for the City Series this year. Boy, Malone just had to fling it up from underneath there, and looked like White came away with it for Wadsworth. Lawson down to Goddard.
Oh, he traveled,
Wanted to step back behind that 3-point line, and he walked. In doing so, Taylor Smith to get back in there, along with Nalon Bybee from Garfield. Shropshire holding, hands off to Bryce Penny. Lawson out on Penny, and
stepped out of bounds.
Yep, didn't know where he was on the floor. Jeremiah Lawson directing traffic. Going 4 corners now are the Grizzlies. Smith out to Schrock. Schrock gonna go in up against Harper. And nothing again for Wadsworth.
He had that ball stripped away.
And there's a turnover by Garfield. Lawson then loses it. Tried to get up the floor before he had the ball. Barberton boys team sitting off to our right, taking this one in, and they're probably liking what they're seeing from these 2 teams.
Yeah, they were trying real hard to hit 100, but didn't quite do it.
Lawson almost got the steal, but Penny kept it for Garfield. Little left-handed jump shot for Shropshire. He's got 4.
Boy, Mitch, did he go up to get that one?
Lawson can't get the roll. White knocks it out of bounds. You can see all 3:38 left here and just 12 points for Wadsworth. See Boffman waiting to check in. Melvin Haynes, the junior, dribbling through the center circle for the Rams. Easter out to Shropshire and over to Haynes. Now Easter back over to Shropshire, to Haynes, to Easter, inside, missed by Harper, rebound White. And White trying that long baseball pass, and a three missed there by Haynes.
Yeah, Garfield just not getting many rebounds.
Yeah, Coach Callahan in a calm squat down in front of the Wadsworth bench, but the facial expression says it all. White tried to get it to Schrock out of bounds.
And we throw another one away.
The turnovers are just.
I wonder how many we have.
Timeout. And it's 25-12.
Well, we need a little spurt here.
And looking at the all-time Copley tournament records for the two teams playing tonight. Wadsworth, after their win over Roosevelt, now 24-31 in the Copley tournament. Garfield beat Nordonia, and they are now 14-20 at this tournament. And another interesting stat about this tournament, I know we've talked about this before, but let's go back to 1995 when Wadsworth won this district title. Since then, only Barberton has won this district twice. Prior to Barberton winning it in 2006, 11 different schools won the district championship here over the 11-year stretch between 1995 and 2005. And Firestone in 1997 was the last #1 seed to win this district tournament.
Well, that's some real interesting stats there. You'd think that, well, it just shows the diversity of the teams and how they change.
There's Bybee, a little short turnaround, he missed. Going to be a foul on Schrock, reaching in on Cameron McGowan, senior, 6'4", in there now for Garfield, and he'll go to the free throw line. Now the Wadsworth fans' side is packed. There you look at the Barberton boys team there taking this one in. The Wadsworth fans' side is pretty full here tonight.
Yeah, they're down below us.
There are also a lot of Wadsworth fans sitting behind the Wadsworth bench on the other side of the floor. So again, the Wadsworth faithful showing up to support their team. Grizzlies need to get something clicking here. See what happened in the huddle. There's Boffman. He'll fire up a three and nail it. Chad Boffman. That's his first basket of the night. Pulls Wadsworth back to within 10, which is where they were earlier in the game. Bybee, baseline jumper. Didn't get the friendly roll. Turnaround jump shot, Cameron McGowan.
Well, we aren't blocking anybody out under there. Someone had good position, and
so Garfield got bringing in a couple players off the bench that have done some damage.
Yeah, they have.
Mainly Harper, and you just saw McGowan there make a shot. Both of them not starters.
Shropshire's got a couple buckets.
There you look at Coach Ickes and now Jeremiah Lawson, who drew the foul going in. Lawson now 1 out of 3 from the free throw line. and has 301 points on the season. So Lawson now 2 out of 4.
And he has 8 of the 17 points.
Here's Shropshire into Bybee. Bybee misses. Bybee a little bit off with his touch tonight. Lawson another 3. Rings around the rim, and hustling for it is Garfield. I'm just seeing a little more hustle out of Garfield tonight than the Grizzlies.
A little more speed.
Here's Penny going around the perimeter. Gives it out to Shropshire. Shropshire with Goddard on him. Out to Haynes. Haynes going to hold on to it. 45 seconds left first half. Haynes just decides to drive in. Blocked by Barlow. Kicked out of the hands of Bybee by Barlow. And then on the floor, jump ball, Wadsworth. Boy, a couple nice plays by Mike Barlow underneath. A block shot and then a stripped ball. Maybe that'll.
Well, you know, they always say try to get it underneath, under double digits, end of the first half to come back, light it up that third quarter.
Last 30 seconds here. Barlow looks over at Coach Callahan for advice.
Our 6'3" guard.
Hoffman in the corner to Lawson. Lawson going to try to make something happen up against Bryce Penny. He stops at the foul line, gets the ball stripped away, and touching it, sliding out of bounds was Shropshire, so we'll stay with Wadsworth in front of the Garfield bench. Northeast Division I sectional final here from Copley High School. Last 10 seconds of the first half.
You're going to try to get Joe Goddard.
And he walked.
Yep.
That pivot foot slid, and he got caught trying to set himself up to take a three-pointer. Here comes Constantine and White in the last 6 seconds. Grizzlies as a team this year averaging about 55 points a game. They're only at 17. Last shot gonna be taken. Bryce Penny over to Bybee at the buzzer, in and out for Nalon Bybee. And that'll do it for the first half, with Garfield leading it by 10, 27-17. We'll come back for second half action, have the first half stats for you, and see who comes out on top to take on the Barberton Magics here on Wednesday night in a district semifinal. Second half getting ready to begin, 27-17, and Garfield has the lead. For Garfield, boy, they spread the scoring around quite a bit. Leading the way was Brandon Harper with 6. Benny Malone had 5. Jeff Shropshire had 4. 3 points apiece for Bryce Penny, Marquess Easter, Melvin Haynes. 2 points for Cameron McGowan and 1 for Nalon Bybee. For Wadsworth, Jeremiah Lawson had 8. 3 points apiece from Mike Barlow, Chad Boffman, Mitch White, 2 free throws, and Anthony Schrock, 1 free throw. Second half underway, and did you get any more updates there?
Yes, I did. I called one of our friends
down at the state wrestling tournament.
Well, no, I actually talked to Jan Miller, former coach of Coventry. Dick Miller was down there, and we got an update that he lost. It was a Derek Four lost in the finals again
to the same wrestler, Sean Nemec of Lakewood,
St.
Ed's, yeah, the perennial wrestling powerhouse. Boffman misses the runner. Rebound. Barlow got the basket and he's fouled. That's what you want from your senior. Barlow's got 5 points. And he misses. Rebound, Melvin Haynes. So, Derek 4. Wadsworth Wrestlers. Malone misses. Good rebound, Barlow. Little contact there midcourt. Smith over to Boffman. Three-pointer. Rattles across the rim. Haynes, another rebound for the Rams. Oh. Penny inside the 2-point line, misses.
Oh boy.
Rebound Malone. And Malone's grabbed on the floor as the foul before he could get it up. And that Malone is put together.
Boy, isn't he? Yeah. Huh. I'm betting he was a football player.
Bryce Penny, the basket for the Rams. Here's Schrock, no foul call. Barlow, the offensive rebound and miss. Rebound Penny. Nice pass into Penny. Give the assist to Melvin Haynes, and it was a pretty one. 33-19. Lawson slashes through the lane, misses the shot. And the field goal percentage awful tonight.
Yeah, 2 bad things. Turnovers and poor shooting percentage.
Haynes calls out the play. Trying to dribble around Lawson. Lawson stays in on him. Bybee turns around on Schrock and misses.
He likes to
Schrock
shoot.
Boxed him out and got the rebound. Anthony Schrock down the floor to Lawson. Lawson making the moves. Double pumps it up. Basket's good and a foul.
Well, Jeremiah Lawson needs some help.
Lawson 10 points. I wanted to go back to the wrestling. Derek 4. 3 years in a row, state runner-up, losing to the same wrestler all 3 years. And I believe I read that with Nemec beating 4 in the finals, he becomes the first 3-time champion to beat the same wrestler all 3 times. But really, Coach G again with the wrestling team.
And look what they've got coming back.
Gonna finish way high in the team standings, so great job, guys. Now back to this one. 5:15 left, 3rd quarter. That's a travel on Malone. The Grizzlies, they got a chance to get back in this one with just a little run, a couple buckets.
Yeah, a couple 3-pointers. You got to get the head in the game right now. Just kind of.
It's really not anything Garfield's doing that's stopping Wadsworth. They're just making silly mistakes and the shots aren't falling. Here's Schrock in the corner to Goddard, head fakes. And it's poked away from behind by this Bryce Penny. He is a quick guard. Penny whips it underneath and a reverse layup good by Easter on the assist from Penny. So Garfield's offense continues to execute. And a blocking foul on Nalon Bybee. And I think he took a Anthony Schrock elbow. No, they're going to call that an offensive foul. Okay.
I think Anthony dinged up just a little bit.
Here it is.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, yeah. He saw Schrock put the full body into Bybee there. And Coach Callahan went over for a little explanation on that. Look at the face. Oh, man. Goddard staying with Penny. Penny bounces it underneath to Brandon Harper. And Harper's got 8 for Garfield. They're up 15. Lawson hands to Smith. Smith almost lost it. Has it at the foul line over to Schrock. Schrock now back to Smith. 4 minutes gone in the third quarter. And now to Lawson. Out to Smith, 3-pointer. Again missed. Malone up high for the rebound for the Rams. And Penny glides down the floor with the ball. From the foul line, gets it swatted away by Lawson, but out there to save it, Marquess Easter. Now to Haynes. Haynes coming off a 21-point game in the win over Nordonia.
Charge, yep. Player control foul. Anthony gets one back. He gives one and he takes one.
Third foul on Melvin Haynes, who led all scorers with those 21 points when the Rams defeated Nordonia in their sectional semi. This is a sectional final, Wadsworth and Garfield. Winner takes on Barberton here Wednesday night in the second district semifinal of this tournament. Lawson in the corner. Nice bounce pass between the legs of a couple of Garfield players. Under to Barlow for his third field goal of the game, and Barlow has 7. And the first district semifinal, here it is. Watch this, right between the two defenders to Barlow, who goes up strong. First semifinal Tuesday night here, Firestone against Stowe. So Stowe, the first non-top 4 seed to get in. No surprise, though. Stowe always a terrific ball club. But really, you look at the records. Firestone 15-5, Stowe 14-8, Barberton now 16-6, and
the rest of the teams, most of them are below 500.
No, Garfield 9-10, Wadsworth 9-12 coming into this one. So the number 3 and 4 seeds already eliminated from this tournament, Twinsburg and Kent Roosevelt. Shropshire there for Garfield. Tried to get it inside. Wadsworth knocked it out of bounds, and Easter will inbound in front of the Garfield cheerleaders down there. Ball rolled in to Benny Malone. Goes up against Mitch White and misses. Rebound. Goddard had it, and then.
Yeah, I'm hard to see what happened down there. Bodies rolling all over the floor.
Lawson has his 3 blocked by Easter. And then going up strong, Brandon Harper.
That's 10 for Harper.
I think he leads all Rams tonight. Barlow rolls it out to Smith, who then flicks it to Goddard for a long 3, and he nailed it. There's Joe Goddard getting his first basket of the night.
Yeah, he put that up in a hurry. That's Joe's first points tonight.
And Joe Goddard now has 44 3-pointers. There's a
good hustle over there by Taylor Smith.
Yep, he got there on top of Bryce Penny to fight for the ball, and Penny had it in his hand and was also out of bounds. Here it is. Right there. So Goddard had 1 3 in the win over Roosevelt, 1 3 here tonight, 44 on the year. In this game, 22, so he averages about 2 threes a game.
There goes another one.
That one's short.
A little short.
Rebound Harper for the Rams.
Yeah, they set up that play good for Joe.
Bryce Penny jump stops from about 12 feet, blocked by Mitch White, thrown down the court. picked up by Lawson. Lawson stutter steps in, double pumps one up, and draws the foul on Brandon Harper. So now we're seeing a little exchange of hustleness on Wadsworth's part. If you didn't hear, here's the replay of that. If you didn't hear, the Stowe Lady Bulldogs defeated the Firestone Lady Falcons in the Akron Division I Girls District Final today. So Stowe heading to Canton for regional play.
I also heard that the
13 points for Lawson.
Canton Hoover won today also, beating Boardman for the third time.
Fourth time, I think.
I think they only played, well, maybe so.
Well, they're in the same league.
Yeah,
so
they only played
twice.
each other once in the league.
Did they?
Yeah. Yeah. Mike Barlow just sustained his third foul.
And that's going to be tough for Wadsworth. Still got a whole quarter and 1:19 left here in the third. Garfield needs to get it in, barely does. And chasing it down is Keith Thomas, now in there, I think, for the first time tonight.
I think so.
Fade away jumper. Brandon Harper, the junior. He's been it for Garfield tonight. And he is not a starter. Lawson skies and a foul. Coming out pleading is Harper, but to no avail as Lawson slashed aggressively to the hoop. Here it is, and the foul right there. And Wadsworth pulls back to within 10. That was Harper's first foul, but the 15th foul on the Rams. We have exactly 1 minute left in the third, as you can see.
And that's right now Jeremiah Lawson with 15 points.
So almost half of Wadsworth points coming from your senior leader, Jeremiah Lawson. He came in averaging 15, so it's right at his average with a whole quarter to go.
In that first half, Garfield had 8 players score, which is pretty good.
They had 2 players in double figures in their win over Nordonia Wednesday, as did Wadsworth. Looking over at the Garfield bench and their head coach Harold Ickes. Before Ickes was named boys basketball coach at Garfield, he was the Hoban girls volleyball coach. There you take a look at him. He replaced Carla Sibley, who compiled a 10-29 record in 2 seasons with the Rams, as Lawson gonna try to convert the three-point play, and he does. Now you remember Sibley replaced Jerry Laria, who is now at Firestone. Laria coached for 14 years as the head coach at Garfield prior to Sibley, and he is now at Firestone. But Coach Ickes has brought some discipline and winning ways back to the Garfield program. Travel is sliding on the floor with the ball was Jeff Shropshire. And head coach Ickes, there he is, teaches business education at Garfield High. Here's a replay of the traveling call. Grizzlies now within single digits. Barlow directing traffic out front. He's going to dribble up through the lane. Over to Goddard, NBA three-pointer, he got it. Joe Goddard puts Wadsworth within 6.
Yeah.
Nice trap out front by the Grizzly D. Harper has it inside, falling down. Brandon Harper.
Shot.
Harper had 2 points in their win over Nordonia here Wednesday night.
He's got 14 right now.
Barlow up strong against Shropshire, and after the third quarter, Wadsworth storms back to within 6, 43-37.
Yeah, 20-point quarter, much better.
After scoring 9 in the first, 8 in the second, Wadsworth puts up 20 in the third, and we've got a ball game.
Yeah, in that quarter, 6 for Mike Barlow, 6 for Joe Goddard, and 8 for Jeremiah Lawson.
But this is interesting, going back to 1999 when Garfield did win this district tournament. They beat Wadsworth 56-52. And that was early in the tournament. I mean, it was a sectional game. In 2000, then, Wadsworth beat Garfield 65-62. In 2002, Wadsworth won 57-52. And it looks like we're going to have another close finish here tonight between these two schools.
Yeah, and Wadsworth keeps hustling like they have the last 3 or 4 minutes, playing that good defense. Get right back in it.
8 minutes left. Wadsworth with the ball and the momentum. Barlow telling Lawson to go in. Here we go again. They're taking Barlow one-on-one to the hoop against Malone. That's not something we see from Mike Barlow too often, where he just takes his defender one-on-one from way out on the point all the way to the hoop.
Jump
Basket
ball.
waved off, a foul on Schrock.
Well, the crowd did not like that one at all.
Here's a replay of it. Well, Schrock had his arms crossed down at his waist, got floored, and they called it on Anthony. That's his 4th. Bryce Penny bouncing into Malone. Back to Penny. Baseline thrown out of bounds.
Yeah, Bryce Penny said, I didn't touch it, ref. I didn't touch it.
Coach Ickes not liking the turn of events here. Full court pressure now from Garfield. Jeremiah Lawson with the speed breaks right through it. No look bounce pass. Mitch White goes up strong and gets the bucket. Mitch White. Grizzlies within 2, 43-41.
Okay. That's the kind of hustle you love to see. Nice comeback.
Well, I talked about it in the first half. Grizzlies just looked a little flat, weren't playing very aggressively, and now they are, and you see what's happened.
Yeah.
There you see the assist, and White going up strong. As Malone a little too early on defense there. Mitch White, after that basket, now has 4 points. That was his first field goal tonight. And Garfield ready to go. Bryce Penny on Lawson, bounces it in to Bybee, too high off the glass. Put back, no. The putback was missed by Shropshire, and Wadsworth gets the rebound.
And Mike Barlow working hard down there now.
Look at Lawson slash through the middle, and a nice soft touch. Ties it at 43. Grizzlies trying to trap that ball out front. Haynes has it now for Garfield. And a reach and
foul. A little aggressive there.
If that's on Barlow, that's his 4th.
That's his 4th, yeah.
So you've got 2 of your post players, Schrock and Barlow, with 14 fouls. And Barlow going to have to sit down till the last few minutes of this game. Well, Barlow taking the big guy on offense to the hole and maybe trying to draw a foul, but here's Malone. White shoved to the floor by Malone, but Mitch White will not win any Oscars.
He's outweighed a little bit also.
Well, Grizzlies tied it at 43, now down 2. Grizzlies.
Ooh, that was close.
Taylor Smith to Lawson, who takes a three-pointer. No. Rebound Easter. Grizzlies have yet to lead in this ball game. Here comes Harper.
Holy cow.
Boy, body's getting
that.
hammered to the floor, no calls. Taylor Smith whips it over to Goddard for a 3. Off the rim, rebound Penny. I don't know if Wadsworth wants to get in a track meet.
I don't think so.
Easter to Harper. And under to Malone.
A good look under there for the open basket.
Lawson to Boffman, pull-up jumper. Nobody's fouled. Malone fouled him after Boffman went up in the air to shoot it. Here it is. Yep, went out and got a piece of it.
No, that's not a shooting foul. After
the shot. Okay. Saw it on the replay there. The ball was well out of Boffman's hands. That's Harper knocking it out of bounds for Garfield. Stays with Wadsworth. Now in front of the Wadsworth cheerleaders. Goddard off the inbound, a three-pointer. Third 3 of the night. Goddard has 9, and Wadsworth trailing by just 1. Kick ball, Joe Goddard. Schrock into the game now with 4 fouls. Schrock, White, Smith, Goddard, Lawson on the floor for the Grizzlies. They're trapping the guards out front again, but Garfield gets through it. Haynes over to Penny, inside Malone, soft touch jumper, Benny Malone. 11 for Malone.
That's correct.
Grizzlies still looking for their first lead, and a steal. Nice steal by Melvin Haynes. And then he gives to Easter, who's fouled by Lawson.
Now that's what you call a good foul there. Don't let him have that easy bucket.
Number 3, Jeremiah Lawson is fourth. Number 6 for the team. And the line for Garfield, number 2, Marquess Easter. 2 shots.
Marquess Easter, his second trip to the free throw line tonight. He has 5 points. First one missed, second one off the tippy toes, good for Easter. Still just a 4-point game. Lawson, boy, they're not going to stop that. $20 points now for Lawson, 12 here in the second half. Lawson's high this season, 29. That's when he hit all those threes against Firestone and tied Ben Vujas's record for threes in a game with 8. Now Garfield gonna play keep away. Easter, block shot Barlow, but Harper got it back, and a turnaround floater good for Harper, who's still tearing it up.
He's made some real athletic shots.
Lawson, clear lane to the hoop, and he's grabbed by Haynes.
And I think they're going to call that one. Oh, that goes to 1-on-1.
7 team fouls now on Garfield.
Number 20, Vice Kenny is second, team 7. Jeremiah Lawson at the line for Wadsworth, 1-1.
Lawson was 3 out of 4 from the free throw line in the win over Roosevelt tonight. He missed his first 2, and he's made every one since. This will be his 10th free throw tonight. And he's 7 out of 10, but Barlow with the rebound. NBA 3 got her. Way off the mark, out of bounds to Garfield.
Yeah, just a little quick on that.
Garfield going to kill some more clock. I think they feel there's
no one there.
Turnover by Garfield. I think Garfield's whistle blows telling the Wadsworth bench to have a seat. But I think Garfield's feeling the strength of the Wadsworth offense right now and going to try to slow things down. Here comes Lawson again. Goes up with a foul in the basket count. Foul on Easter.
Basket is good.
And Lawson looking to tie it here for the first time since they tied it at 43.
15 points this half. That's 23 altogether, going for 24.
And he's 7 out of 10 from the line so far today. This one will tie it. Right there, 52-52. Coach Callahan pulling up the pants. He's gearing up for it the last couple minutes here. Well, he was going to travel, so he had to throw it up as a shot, did Easter, but came right back to him, to Haynes, now underneath to Malone. Nice turnaround shot, but missed, and rebound Schrock. Here comes Wadsworth, looking for their first lead tonight. Lawson over to Smith, bounce down low to Barlow. Barlow has it swatted out, and he throws it away to Easter. Easter going one-on-one on Lawson. And,
offensive foul,
they're
right
gonna
arm.
Say Easter gave the arm to Lawson, who gave it back, and they called it on Easter. Here
there it is.
Yep, right there he gave it to him.
And another one.
Lawson put the hands up to show that he did not.
That's 5 fouls on Easter.
Yeah, he's out of the game as he sits on.
Oh, look at the
floor.
coach saying, come on, get up.
Yeah, no need for hot dogging it.
Yep, that's a little disappointment getting one called like that, but you got to keep that arm in there.
Should Garfield lose this game, Easter is done as a high school basketball player. The senior fouls out of this big one here at Copley.
And he's got 6 points.
Lawson, look at the speed, stops just inside the foul line, gives to Schrock, goes up, but he was fouled. 2 shots for Anthony Schrock.
Anthony is 1 for 2 so far this evening for his 1 point.
And he's a 67% free throw shooter. And he missed, but Barlow, it's a 2-shot foul, so.
Yeah, we're in the double bonus anyways, but he was fouled in the act of shooting.
This one to give Wadsworth their first lead tonight. Got it.
Little flap and caught that front rim and bounced in.
2 minutes left. Grizzly pressure. Timeout called by the coach, and that's where it's brutal.
Yes, it is.
The team that plays good defense is hurt by that coach being able to call timeout from the bench, because Wadsworth's pressure had Garfield trapped. Well, Firestone Stowe won district semi here next week. Second one, Barberton against. You're about to find out.
Yeah, 2 minutes left. 2 minutes on the button. Let's see. I see Coach Moore over there across from us. Looks like he's on the phone.
Yeah. Right, getting the updates. There he is.
Our AD.
Moore.
Yeah.
Although Coach Moore's acceptable.
I'm sure he wouldn't mind being called coach. He's doing a great job.
Got his Wadsworth Gymnastics t-shirt on.
Yeah.
And getting those updates with the cell phone glued to the ear, I'm sure.
Okay, here we go.
Melvin Haynes underneath to Harper. Boy, Harper is just having a game tonight. Garfield.
18 points for Harper.
Now back up by 1. Lawson flashes through, floats one up and in. Grizzlies back up by 1. At the other end, it's Melvin Haynes. Garfield goes back up by 1. 1:20 left. Basket and foul.
A lot of 1-on-1 going on here. And
timeout. Wadsworth leads with a free throw coming up. Lawson with 26 points. That's 3 shy of his high. 29. Schrock after the basket has 4 points.
And 1 coming.
Should he make the free throw, it'd be Wadsworth's biggest lead of the game, 2. Well, regardless of what happens, so glad you could join us all season long here on WCTV for Grizzly basketball.
Yeah, it's been a fun year. You know, that one disappointment with the girls not being able to play today, but boy, they had a marvelous season.
There you look at the player of the game for Wadsworth, Jeremiah Lawson, the senior, not wanting his career as a Grizzly to be over just yet. Putting up the 26 points. Of course, Lawson moved here before his junior year from North Carolina. And he's been a special Grizzly the last couple of years. Wadsworth leads by 2.
Wadsworth student crowd yelling defense, defense.
That fall away jumper no good, but the rebound by Shropshire, and he's fouled.
And Mitch White got him, but well, another one of those good fouls.
So Shropshire going to the line. His first time there tonight. Left-hander misses. Second one, trying to pull the Rams within a point. Is good, 58-57. Barlow trapped, Blitz right through it.
Ooh.
Long down the court. Wide open, Joe Goddard. No one on D. Down at the other end of the floor for the Rams. Grizzlies up 3, 40 seconds to go. It's turned into a terrific one. Long three. Haynes nails it to tie it at 60.
Whoa. Well, this turned out to be something. You know, we're kind of lackadaisical there in the first half, scoring nothing but 17 points. Not much emotion or hustle going on, but this second half sure has made up for it.
Eight points now for Melvin Haynes. After he drilled that three, he led all scorers with 21 in their first tournament game. Now, should Wadsworth come out on top here, they would be playing Barberton for the third time this year. Two teams split their season series in Suburban League play. You'll remember way back in January, that double overtime thriller, Wadsworth won 55-53. And then over at the Purple Palace in February, Barberton drilled the Grizzlies by 19, 67-48. So that could be a real interesting contest.
Yeah, Barberton looked real good tonight.
Yeah, they've looked up real good the whole second half of the season, and they're sitting off to our right, taking in this entire game tonight. So Grizzlies tied with the Rams at 60.
What are they going to do? They're going to run this down, look for the last shot? What do you think?
Lawson, Smith, Barlow, Schrock, and Goddard. Barlow and Schrock both have 4 fouls.
That's correct.
15 seconds to go. Lawson over to Barlow, back to Lawson. 10 seconds. Lawson trying to make something happen, bounces it into Schrock. Schrock turn around, puts it up, no. 2 seconds left. Last second shot as the ball's thrown out of bounds. We got overtime. It'll be the 5th overtime game of the year for the Grizzlies. And in overtime, the Wadsworth Grizzlies are 1-3 in those 4 games. Their only win in overtime, the aforementioned double overtime win over Barberton at home.
Well, let's see, we scored 43 points in the second half.
And just 17 in the first.
Well, let's see. Garfield's been pretty steady with quarters of 17, 10, 16, and 17. Well, the fouls could be quite meaningful here in this overtime period. It's a 4-minute overtime.
Coach Callahan gets a sip of water and says, let's do it. 4 more minutes of action here in this sectional final between Garfield and Wadsworth. Well, if anything, Wadsworth has some experience this year in overtime games. This is their 5th. Going to the stall tactics.
Yeah.
Goddard on a 3-pointer, just misses. Barlow fighting for it and dribbling away with the Harper, but he double dribbled.
Double dribble.
Here it is. Yep. He dribbled it once, picked it up, and dribbled again. Wadsworth overtime losses were to Talmadge, Revere, and Brunswick. As Lawson, a 15-foot floater, misses over the back.
One of our boys,
I think on Garfield.
It must be, because
I think it was on Barlow was the recipient of that foul, and he'll go to the line.
Or 2.
Here it is. Saw Lawson's shot go up, and right there, Barlow was pushed by.
And that's number 5.
That's Benny Malone.
On Benny Malone.
Second player to foul out of the game for Garfield. So got Easter and Malone, 2 seniors now out of the game, and they are both starters. Both out of the game now for Garfield, and Wadsworth has 2 players in Schrock and Barlow in foul trouble. Barlow from the line tonight is 1 out of 3.
Yep.
One more coming. No one's scored yet here in the first 50 seconds of the overtime, and Barlow does. Got some guy fixing his hair over in front of our clock camera.
Yeah, your tape fell down so that.
Well, there's 2:50 left.
Yep, Mike Barlow's done.
Now we'll get it taken care of here. There we go. You see the good doctor going over there, and see, he's still fixing his hair. Jeez. All right, this will be Nalon Bybee at the free throw line. Number 42, 6'6" junior. And Bybee makes it. He's got 4 points. This one for Garfield to retake the lead. He gets the Rams a lead, 62-61. Coach Callahan again yelling out offensive plays. Jeremiah Lawson directing his teammates where to go. Smith in front of the Grizzly bench, back out to Lawson. Back to Smith, back to Lawson. And over to Smith. A three.
Oh.
Off the mark, up for the rebound, Bryce Penny. Wadsworth made such a valiant effort coming back and taking a lead in this one. You'd hate to see it vanish. Miss, an offensive putback. Harper, he's got a boatload of points tonight.
20.
All of them in the paint, too, pretty much.
Yep.
Timeout, Wadsworth. 3-point lead, Garfield. 1:52 left in OT. Well, Wadsworth is in the double bonus.
Right. Garfield is, 18 fouls on Wadsworth, so they're 1-1 for.
And the Grizzlies shot 6 out of 7 from the line in the last 1 minute and 10 seconds of regulation in the win over Kent Roosevelt. And the Grizzlies had struggled from the line all year.
Yeah, that they have.
But so far in the first 2 tournament games, they've been fairly acceptable from the free throw line as a whole. Okay, Grizzlies trailing by 3 with the ball. Lawson inbounds to Goddard. Goddard center circle, gets it over to Smith. Smith to Goddard in the corner, back out to Smith. Lawson's open over on the right wing at the 3-point line. Garfield in the 2-3 zone. Now Smith hands to Lawson. 1.5 minutes left overtime. Back to Lawson.
I'd like to see that ball zip around against that zone.
There it is, 3. Lawson! That'll tie it. 1 minute remains in the overtime. And he's got, I think 29. That ties his season high. Long 3 off the front of the rim. Rebound, Goddard. Goddard had 6 rebounds in the win over Roosevelt.
Coach Callahan says, spread it out. Spread it out.
Yep, 29 points for Jeremiah Lawson. Ties his season high. Here comes Smith. Out to Lawson. Lawson drives in, floats one up off the glass. No. Rebound, Schrock.
Yes!
Foul! The freshman Anthony Schrock.
Timeout, Garfield. Well, Anthony had the chance right there at the end of regulation to get one in, and he certainly came back strong with that one.
Well, that's the second time Schrock's done that tonight. After just 1 point in the first half for Schrock, he's put up 6 here in the second half in overtime. So he's got 7 going to the line, looking for 8, which would give Wadsworth a 3-point lead, forcing Garfield to chuck one up from outside.
Yeah, watch number 30 when it comes to chucking them.
Haynes,
He's got 2 threes thus far for the only 3-pointers that Garfield has.
And he's got 5 in the tournament, as he had 3 in the win over Nordonia.
Wadsworth has 7 threes.
Much improved over their 3 out of 11 on
3
threes.
by Lawson, 3 by Joe Goddard, and 1 by Chad Boffman.
Schrock, how about that under pressure as a freshman?
Yeah.
Last 10 seconds, ball loose, picked up by Lawson. Given to
don't
White,
go in,
just
don't
dribble
go
out
in.
the
That's
clock.
it.
White needs to be fouled, and he isn't. Ball goes to 0. Wadsworth wins.
Holy cow.
In an overtime thriller.
Hey, we got Barberton right here. We're going to see these guys in a few days, so hopefully it's a better game than what we gave them in Barberton last time.
67-64.
Holy
How about that? Grizzlies come storming back in the second half after trailing by 10 at the half, 27-17. And then in the second half and overtime, the Grizzlies score 50 of their 67 points. And they continue on and live to see another day here at the Copley tournament. There's your game high scorer, Jeremiah Lawson, with 29 to lead the Wadsworth Grizzlies. And they improve on the year as you look at the dejected Garfield Rams heading to the locker room. Their season is over. They finished 9-11. Mike Barlow being carried off by Drew Constantine. Grizzlies now improve to 10-12. Here's Mitch White dribbling out the clock. Watch this job by Mitch White as he weaved through all kinds of Garfield traffic to not get fouled. And they weren't just going to call a touch foul, a guy reaching out and touching him. You would have had to mug him there. Nobody did. So Wadsworth now 10 wins and 12 losses. And they are now one game better in the win column than they were last season when Wadsworth finished 9-13. So the 10-12 Wadsworth Grizzlies will take on their Suburban League neighborhood rivals, the Barberton Magics, in a district semifinal here on Wednesday night at 7:30. And we'll be back here to bring you all the action in that one. We'll give you Firestone Stowe will be the other district semi.
I'll give you a quick rundown here. Cameron McGowan had 2. Bybee had 5, as did Shropshire. 6 for Marquis Easter. 7 for Bryce Penny. 8 for Melvin Haynes. 11 for Benny Malone. And leading the way for Garfield, Brandon Harper with 20. And for Wadsworth, let's see, Chad Boffman had 3, Mitch White 4, Joe Goddard 11, Mike Barlow 12, and once again with 29 points leading the way, Jeremiah Lawson, terrific game, 29 points.
So you see at the final and overtime, Wadsworth 67, Garfield 64. 2 3-point wins for Wadsworth in the first 2 rounds. And they are a sectional champion here at the Copley tournament for the 7th time.
Well, that's an exciting win. Let's see, how many were we down?
10 at the half.
10 at the half. I think we're down like 12 at one time.
Yep.
11 or 12, and come back and win that. Well,
Grizzlies.
Exciting evening.
Yes, they have the fortitude to come back and win this one in overtime. And again, they will take on Barberton. Glad you could join us for our production of Grizzly Tournament basketball here on WCTV. And thanks to our whole crew. You guys know who you are. We will not go through the names, but
yeah, thanks a lot, guys. This was terrific coverage with the different cameras on tonight. One on the floor and a couple up here in the clock. So you guys do a great job, and appreciate it very much. I think I've got to get your son home. It's 10 o'clock, and he's ready to go.
People at home may sometimes take us for granted here in the coverage we bring you, but let me tell you, please don't.
No, I don't think very many people do at all, because I hear a lot of compliments about what you and the crew do on these games, and it's always been very positive, and the community is lucky to have a facility like this, and people dedicated to go out and be away from your families evenings when it is 10 o'clock.
All right.
Good Wadsworth win.
I need to go replenish the bodily fluids.
That's where I'm going to take your mother, I think.
Firestone will play Stowe in district semifinal number 1 Tuesday night, and your Wadsworth Grizzlies will take on Barberton in the second semifinal Wednesday night. We'll be back for that one. Again, you see the final score, 67-64. Wadsworth in an overtime thriller wins it. We'll see you back here next week. So long, everybody.
So long.